I'm Iman, and welcome back to one of my home improvement and DIY videos. This video is another video in the sort of mini-series on the videos that we're doing on ceiling light fixtures, part of this larger series on some renovations that we're doing to our kitchen. The last video that we did was how to install this Vicchio hood range that we did for my mom. Go check that out if you're interested. Shameless plug aside. Today's focus is on this lighting fixture. So this is a 7-inch diameter can lighting fixture. And this is a very old lighting fixture. Nowadays, these sort of can lights are these cylindrical shaped holes, are 5 to 6 inches wide nowadays. Our house is very old, so this one's actually 7 inches wide in diameter. And if I take this out, which if you're interested in how to take it out, I do a separate video on it, but it's really easy taking this cover out. If I take this out and I measure it, you can see that's about 7 inches in diameter. It's not very common nowadays, and a lot of people actually don't know that 7-inch can lights exist. Even 8-inch can lights exist as well. But like I said, we have a really old house. My dad has been looking to update our house with a lot of new lighting, and he's been eyeing these lights for quite a while. He's actually been eyeing it for about 6 months now. On and off, he's been looking for ways to retrofit these lights. And if these were smaller, it would be pretty easy to just find a 5 or 6 inch LED light that he could just replace it with. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to find one that fits 7 inches. It's very uncommon. But, as you can see over here, we have figured out a solution using these LED lights. And you might be thinking, wait a second, this doesn't look like 7-inch at all. In fact, how do you even attach it here? Because there's no springs that allow you to insert it. That's the secret, actually. We're actually reusing pre-existing hardware. So we took our old cover, which is this. I'm not sure what they call this. I would call this a recessed trim ring. My dad calls it a baffle ring. But we took this old ring that was already up here, and it turns out there's a little lip on the bottom of it. And it just happens that lip is about 5 3/8 of an inch in diameter. So we looked for a light that could fit in it. And this is actually harder than we thought. There's not a lot of lights that are exactly this size. In fact, when you look on Amazon, there's only one light that's 5 3/8 of an inch. Usually they're about 5 inches or 5 1/4 or 6 inches. But if it's like 5 inches, then it's not going to fit in perfectly. See? Very nice. And what we did was we just took the light, took the old light out, inserted this old one. Inserted the screw. And then we put the housing back. Oh, sorry, the trim ring back. And there we go. I want to turn it on. There we go. And look, this one's actually at a warm yellow right now. That's actually a feature of this LED lighting. If you're interested in that, go check out my next video about that LED light. But that's not the focus of this video. But it's a pretty simple fix for a pretty common problem. If you look online, there's a lot of people who have the same problem as we do. Having a 7-inch a 7-inch can light, but not being able to find a retrofit LED light that fits in a 7-inch can. So the solution is actually a lot more simpler than you think, and hopefully it applies to you. If you have a trim ring that has a lip on it, find a LED light that fits within that lip. It's going to be harder than you think, especially if you have one that's at an odd size like we do, 5 3/8 of an inch. But find a light like that, plug it in, and put it on the trim ring. Okay, let me finish up here. Oh, cool, huh? Check out my other video if you're interested in that. Anyway, here's the LED light that we used. You have to be careful actually, because these are this Sunco LED light. It's actually 4 inches on the box, and that's what you have to be careful about. The actual diameter of the hole is about 5 inches. The diameter of the LED is about 4 inches. And so when it says 4-inch LED on the box, that's the size it's referring to, the diameter of the LED light. And so you want to find the right receptacle, the right housing that's actually the right diameter for your lip. My dad stumbled upon this by accident. He was actually trying to find one for a 5-inch wide hole, but he just ended up finding a light that was exactly 4 inches and 3/8 of an inch. 5 inches and 3/8 of an inch. That just happened to fit on our lip. So you might have to go through a similar struggle. I'm not sure if all of these sort of trim rings are standardized in the size of their lips, so you might have to do a bit of digging. But for those people who are looking for similar things or might have a similar situation as us, we'll try to put suggestions in the comments down below. We'll link probably several lights that you can buy in the comments. So go check that out if you're interested. But it's a pretty nice solution to a very common problem. I hope this helped you out. And if it did help you out, let me know in the comments down below. But that's where I'm going to end off this video. If you're interested in checking out how cool this light is, go check out my next video where I'm going to sort of review it and demonstrate it and show you how to install it. And I'll see you there. But for now, I'm Ayman, and thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and look at other videos on Ayman, especially the videos on, ceiling lights and our kitchen renovation. And I'll see you in the next one. But for now, signing out.